system is once again at war.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm currently working on Heat Death, a realism focused space sim featuring trading, faction warfare, and intense space battles, all with a focus on realism that's easy to get into. If you've ever watched The Expanse and thought, that looks awesome, why can't I do that? Then this just might be the game for you. I had those same thoughts 5 years ago, and it led me to finding my passion game development. I'm happy to say that since then, I've released 3 games on Steam, 2 of which were successful. But this is by far my most ambitious project. That's right, I'm finally working on my dream game. So, what is Heat Death? I've always thought of it as Mountain Blade in space. The goal is to build your own fleet of ships and stations, then scheme and fight against other factions, and finally dominate Earth orbit. Or die trying. You start off with a little ship, which you can use to go on missions such as hauling cargo, transporting passengers, and more. This should be a good way for new players to learn the ins and outs of the game. On the other hand, you can also play as a mercenary, which will be a high risk, high reward option for experienced players. You can then gain enough money to buy more ships or even a station. Stations serve as your stash. They will give you passive income and also act as your inventory and production base. Over time, you'll gain more and more resources and fight against other factions until you take over everything. The game is designed so that every choice matters, but mistakes aren't fatal. You can always come back and rebuild. Your first station will never be attacked unless you're in a total war against another faction. If you'd like to follow this project and know when it comes out, hit subscribe. Speaking of subscribers, I recently posted a teaser and a lore video to see if people would actually play this sort of game, and the response honestly blew me away. I was really quite surprised at how many people have also been waiting for a game like this, and that they would like a demo as soon as possible. Now, if you've seen the previous videos about this game, you would know that last week, the game was called Into the Void. But as many pointed out, there are already 3 games on Steam with that same name. So, in order to stand out and avoid any confusion, I decided to change it to Heat Death, which I feel is a more fitting name. It screams entropy, war, and one of the core mechanics, heat management. Yes, that's right. Those radiators, they're not just there for show. So, I know this game is going to be huge, which is why I'm starting with a smaller, proof of concept version in order to lay down the basics and essentials for the main game. I'm calling this version Heat Death Earth, as the game will be limited to only the Earth Luna system, including its Lagrange points, of course. The full game, Heat Death Sol, will be within the solar system, from Mercury to Neptune. Sorry, Pluto. This will have all the larger features, such as ship and station customization, a faction manager, and pretty much just more of everything. To support development, Heat Death Earth will be a paid early access release. But just like with my other games, I'll also release a free demo, so you don't have to pay if you just want to try it out. Once Heat Death Soul is released, I'm going to make Heat Death Earth completely free to play, so that it will essentially act as a larger demo for the main game. I hope this is a fair way to support the game and make sure anyone can try it. This devlog was actually supposed to be longer, but I decided to split it into 2 parts as it was getting way too long. So stay tuned for the next devlog where I talk about the features currently in the game and my plans for the future, as well as a sneak peek into the major factions and lore in Heat Death. If you want to help shape this game, hit subscribe, leave a like, and tell me what you'd like to see in Heat Death Earth. Subscribing will also keep you up to date on any updates, such as when the game is available. The game will be released on Steam, and I'm working hard to release a playable version as soon as possible. And if you haven't yet, check out the teaser and lore videos on the channel. Thank you so much for your support, it means the world to me.